63 days to election 2020. This is your election headquarters. Joy News is coming to you live on Joy 99.7 FM and on Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Affiliates across Ghana, including Volta, Premier, Whole and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, second-year junior and senior high school students return to school today after a month of staying at home. Parents and teachers are concerned about strict enforcement of COVID-19 protocols.
I'm pleading once again the government to come out for the enforcement of the PPEs.
Teachers, head teachers, and the students as well should also adhere to all the protocols.
And Ghana Embassy in Belgium ordered by its bankers to withdraw its funds for closure of accounts.
They asked us to remove our monies to another bank. That's how they put it.
We'll tell you what the Foreign Affairs Ministry believes is the cause of the bank's decision.
In business, Bank of Ghana institutes fresh regulatory measures to drastically minimize fraud cases in the coming months. We've got details on the Joy Business Report later.
And employment top of the agenda for some youth as they look forward to the upcoming elections. We've got details. Thanks for your company. The details now. Some parents and teachers are asking the Ghana Education Service, GES, to strictly enforce COVID-19 protocols as second-year junior and senior high school students return to school for the first time in many months. The partial reopening is to enable the students complete their third and second semesters of the current academic year. The GES in a statement said necessary measures have been put in place to ensure student safety. Joy News editor Fred Smith has details of that statement. What more does he say, Fred?
Well, in the statement signed by Head of Public Relations Cassandra Chumampafo, the GES assures that all schools have been fumigated and disinfected. In addition, PPEs have been distributed to all schools, and it urges the school authorities, staff and students to acknowledge COVID-19 is still with us and should therefore adhere to the guidelines issued to the schools.
Thank you, Fred. Fred Smith is editor here at Joy News. We can now hear from parents and teachers who are asking the GES to strictly enforce COVID-19 protocols.
The PPE sent to various schools are not enough, and people have also stopped wearing the nose mask. I'm pleading once again the government to come out for the enforcement of the PPEs to enable these students finish the term successfully.
We are still battling the COVID-19, so teachers, head teachers, and the students as well should also adhere to all the protocols.
Meanwhile, Executive Director of Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare, says the GES must make good on its promise to ensure the school environment is safe for the pupils and students as they resume.
We raised issues about security, especially in the water region. But the GES Director General assured us that the GES was in discussions with the security apparatus and that they were going to take a decision to reopen schools across the country on the basis of security and then education. And so when I heard that schools were reopening, the conviction was that perhaps the GES had been briefed adequately about security arrangements put in place to ensure that all our schools in all the regions, including Volta, not only in other regions, have secured security arrangements to make the lives of students and teachers safe.
That was Executive Director of Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare. Now, several communities in the Tamale Metro and Sanarugu municipality have been flooded following heavy rainfall Sunday in the capital, Tamale. Some of the affected communities include Sawaba, Gumani, Sanarugu, Kukuo. The downpour caused the Sanarugu Kukuo Dam to overflow its banks. Several homes and properties have been destroyed. Some residents who spoke to Joy News blamed the situation on poor construction of drains in the area.
It's a very bad situation, very, very bad feeling. We've lost all our properties, our fridges, even our documents. But what happens is that we have a very short gutter that is supposed to start from our house, continue from our house to the main road. And it has been truncated from our house. So when the water comes, it flows directly from the road into our homes.
After now, we don't know where we are going to sleep. Our documents, everything is spoiled. And now we don't know what to do. The government has to come to our aid to give us a help.
You heard some flood victims in Tamale. Let's head there now. Correspondent Martina Bugri has the latest for us. What's the latest, Martina?
What we do know is that several people could not sleep in their homes because the place was flooded. Normally, there are some communities we know that anytime it rains heavily in Tamale, they would flood. Communities like Gumani, Waterworks. But yesterday's rain was extra, I should say, as if the heavens had been open and the water was pouring. And so communities that normally would not flood, like Vitin, were flooded. Several homes were, several properties were destroyed, and people had to relocate to their neighbors or their friends elsewhere to sleep. Those who could not relocate had to make some provisions. So if you have a bench or something that is higher in your house that you can perch on through the night. I spoke to the NADMO regional director last night, and he said that his men were on the ground.
Martina Bugri is our correspondent in the northern region. Away from that, Ghana's embassy in Brussels, Belgium, has been ordered by its bankers to withdraw all funds so the bank will proceed to close its account. The ING Bank has not given any reason for the decision to close the embassy's account, but it says it's irreversible. Manasseh Azuriawuni has the details in the following report.
Ghana's mission in Brussels has 4 accounts with the ING Bank. They are main euro account, saving business, special collection account, and retention fund account. The embassy has up to November 12, 2020 to withdraw all its monies. In a letter to the mission, the ING Bank only stated its action is premised on Article 59 of the bank's general regulations. Ghana's ambassador to Belgium, Senna Sion Boaten, says an intervention by the embassy to get the decision reversed proved futile.
When you open an account with the bank, you sign an agreement. That article states that both parties can abrogate the agreement without justification, with no explanation. So they were triggering that article.
The embassy's relationship banker disclosed that the bank only triggers Article 59 in extreme cases. When that happens, the decision is often irrevocable. Although it did not give any reason for ordering the closure of the embassy account, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayokoboche, believes the bank took this decision because the European Union has blacklisted Ghana due to the country's failure to properly adhere to anti-money laundering measures.
We have been affected by this because our checks tell us that this is why the account has been closed. Most banks do not want to be bothered with that kind of spending money to do the extra checks. So rather, they will ask you to move your money.
Freelance investigative journalist Manasseh Azuriawuni with that report. This is your election headquarters, and it appears employment remains top of the issues that will influence some youth in the country as they look forward to voting in the upcoming elections. The two major parties have been wooing voters with a plethora of promises. The NDC, among others, is promising to legalize the Okada business, which is a source of income for many young people. And the NPP has pledged to support young entrepreneurs, among others. But with almost 2 months to the elections, which issues will influence young people? That's the question we posed to some youth of Accra Diocese of the Methodist Church, which just launched an anti-vigilantism campaign. Here's what they said.
Top on the list of issues bothering teeming youth is unemployment. As a HR practitioner, it's amazing what is going on. Now we have moved from the trajectory of just going to school and now gotten to the point of getting jobs. I believe basically what will influence my vote will have to do with the manifestos presented by both parties. I will look at it from that side, whether they satisfy the things or the problems that we have in this.
I personally am not pleased with any of the manifestos. As far as I'm concerned, the value of life is far better than streets or even school buildings.
Now, as part of efforts to assist the drive towards a peaceful election, the multimedia group has been engaged in various personalities. Today, we bring you the peace message from popular high-life musician Akwabwa.
Hi, my name is Akwabwa. I joined Joy FM and I stand for peace.
Well, and that's how we end this edition of Joy News at 6. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Ben.